Hi, welcome back to Cooking with Mark and Oreo. Oreo's super excited. He's only excited because he has a treat waiting for him. But today, me and my husband are big, huge fans of Beat Bobby Flay. Bobby Flay is one of my favorite chefs. We love watching his show. It's very entertaining. It's a perfect show to watch on the weekends when you're just relaxing. Today I'm going to make his Juicy Lucy Pimento Cheeseburgers. It is very complicated, a lot of steps, but it's worth it in the end. So we're going to start with smoked chili special sauce, which we have 3/4 cup of mayo. I'm going to have 2 tablespoons of ketchup. And then I have a can of chipotle chili diced, which I diced earlier. And you want to put that in there with the sauce. And just a little bit of salt and pepper. Just going to kind of eye it. And this is the special sauce that's going to go on the burger when all the other steps are done. And then you're going to whisk that together. And then you want to put this, whisk this together and then put it in the fridge for at least an hour before you're going to serve it. That's why I'm doing all the prep work ahead of time. And look at that sauce. Got a nice color to it. And before I put it in the fridge, I'm going to taste it. Very good flavor. Smoky, a little spice, but not too spicy. So that's our special sauce for our burgers. And next we're going to make the homemade pimento cheese. For the pimento cheese, we're going to start with 1/2 cup of mayo. Then I have 1/2 cup of roasted red peppers, diced. Then 1/2 cup of jalapenos, diced. Then I have 4 ounces of white cheddar. And then I'm going to just use my hands, they're clean, don't worry. And then I have 4 ounces of yellow American cheese. I'm going to put a dash of chili powder. And I'm going to put some salt. And a little bit of pepper. And then we're going to whisk that together. You want to whisk it till it's nice and blended, and then this is going to sit in the fridge too till later. And this is our homemade pimento cheese. The cheese is grated, but if you'll notice once we put it on the hot burger, it's going to melt inside the burger. Look how good that looks. And I am going to take a spoon and taste a little bit and see how that. Perfect. Now we're going to make our pickled red onions that is going to go into our homemade relish. So let me get this in the fridge and I'll show you how to make the pickled onions. All right, so we have homemade special sauce. We have a pimento cheese already in the fridge because, again, you want at least an hour, 2 hours, even overnight would make it amazing. So now we're going to make homemade pickled onions. I promise you everything is from this recipe is homemade, but there are cheat ways because I saw in the grocery store earlier they have pickled red onions already in a jar, but I'm going to make them homemade, so follow me over here. All right, so in a saucepan, and I have little cheat sheets here because I'm not going to remember all these ingredients because there's about 100 ingredients in this recipe. So I have 3 cups of wine, red wine vinegar. I'm going to add a whole cup of lime juice, freshly squeezed too, not the jar. Then I'm going to add a tablespoon of salt. Then a 1/4 cup of grenadine. You could use the leftovers and make Shirley Temple. Just kidding. And a 1/4 cup of white sugar. And then you're going to cook that over high heat for about 5 minutes until it dissolves, but you're going to whisk it in between. So make sure you have a whisk handy. And you're going to do that for about 5 minutes till it's completely dissolved. All right, it's been boiling for 5 minutes. Now you want to remove it from the heat. The key is, oh, and that smells amazing too. You want to leave it up for 5 minutes before you pour it over the onions. I have 2 red onions that I sliced really thin. I didn't do that on camera because I don't want you to see me cry. But the sauce is going to go over the onions in about 5 minutes, and then you want to put, again, in the fridge for an hour. And we're going to have some Juicy Lucy Pimento Cheeseburgers when we're all done. So now it's been sitting for 5 minutes. Again, 2 red onions, large red onions chopped up, and now you want to pour the sauce over it. I was originally going to put it in jars, but then I would have too many jars. Perfect. Container for this. And then I'm going to use tongs And I'm just gonna mix the ones on the top, make sure they get in there. And then you wanna let this cool a little bit before you put it in the fridge. But we're gonna put it in the fridge for at least an hour before we make last topping, which is a sweet relish with dill pickles and the marinated onions. So I'll see you in an hour, we'll make that. Then it's gonna be some thick slabs of bacon, and then we're gonna make our burgers. All right, I'll see you then. All right, so I promised this is the last sauce for the burger, and then we have the bacon, of course, but this is the last sauce. So here's a half a cup of dill pickles diced. I have a roasted poblano pepper diced. 2 tablespoons of cilantro, finely chopped. I have 2 teaspoons of honey. And the honey is very hard to come out. And then I also have 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. A little bit of salt. And some pepper. And then you just want to mix all that together. And that'll be our relish for the top of the burger. So you can put that actually in the fridge while we make the bacon in the burger. Oops, I made a mistake. I forgot to add something to our homemade relish. Remember our amazing pickled onions that we did? Because they were in the fridge marinating, I forgot. So here's a 1/4 cup of the pickled onions chopped up. And you can just simply add it to the relish and mix it up. And then again, you want this to sit. Look how beautiful that looks. So many beautiful colors and flavors. All right, now it's done. Now I'm gonna prep my, get the stuff ready for the burger and the bacon, and we'll be good to go pretty soon. All right, time to shape our burgers. You want 1.5 pounds of ground hamburger. This is gonna be really simple because there's gonna be so many flavors with all the sauces we have. Remember, we have our special sauce we made. We have our relish. We have the pimento cheese, so I'm just gonna put some salt, some pepper, and some garlic, and that's it. And then we're gonna mix this hamburger with your hands. All right, now the key here is you're gonna make little burgers, and then we're gonna stuff them with the pimento cheese, and then we're gonna put another burger on top. So the idea is to make it into a patty, flatten it, and then we're gonna seal it shut with the pimento cheese. All right. I'm gonna flatten it to give it a little well. And then we're gonna add some pimento cheese in the middle. The more the better. If it oozes out, that's okay. It's all going in the same place. I love cheese. Look how good that cheese looks. So now you're gonna repeat the step and make a burger the same size and then seal it. All right, so our burgers are done. There's pimento cheese inside the burgers. We have plenty left over, so we can add some on the burger with the bacon and the relish and the special sauce. Sounds like a lot for a burger, but it's gonna be so worth it. I have a pan heated right here, my griddle pan with a little bit of canola oil. And now I'm gonna add my burgers. Desired, I like my medium well, a little pink, not medium well, I should say, medium. So I'll see you when the burgers are done. The burgers are just about done, so it's time to assemble them. First we have our special sauce. Got a little kick to it, but it's gonna be amazing. So you wanna put it on both sides of the bun. Did some sweet potato fries in my air crisper and some corn to the sides. All right, now we're gonna actually put a little bit more of the pimento cheese on top. This is my own extra because I do like pimento cheese. And you can never have enough cheese on this stuff. Then we're gonna top it with some bacon. And a little bit of the pickled relish. It's gonna be a hard burger to eat. So now I'm gonna put and these are beautiful brioche buns. I didn't make them. I'm not gonna tell you where I got them either. All right, look at this. I'm gonna try it now. pan to order. That is so juicy and so delicious. That has some amazing flavors. I hope you like this recipe. Thanks to Bobby Flay. Like, comment, and share with all your friends, and look forward to seeing you guys next video.